Now that it's April and I'm reflecting on everything from March, I am realizing that I am extremely burnt out. I'm honestly just burnt out from everything that I've been doing, and I realized that this month I need to take a step back and focus on me. And this doesn't even just need to be a step back. This needs to be a step back so that I can truly manage my life so that I don't experience burnout again. So let's just figure out this burnout thing together. Oh, and if you're new here, my name is Ramani, and I make videos about locks and my 20-something-year-old lifestyle. First, I want to talk about why I've been burnt out, and then we're going to talk about tips to mitigate this burnout. There are going to be timestamps, but of course, I want you to watch the entire video because I have good things to say. In simplest terms, I partied entirely too much in the month of March, and I'm sure you can kind of even hear it in my voice because my voice is still gone from the decisions that I've been making. But I partied entirely too much, and it's funny because March was supposed to be this restorative month for me, and I was supposed to be chilling, and I was supposed to be in the house, and I did everything but that. I was outside, and just to give context, I live in LA, so there's literally always something to do. I had friends with birthdays, and I had friends who just wanted to go out, and we wanted to try new spots so that they can get content for their blogs, and it was just so much, and we were just outside. Not to mention, I just got back from traveling yesterday because it was my best friend's birthday this weekend, so there was just so many things that I was just doing, birthdays, events, all of the things. But I will say there was one Sunday that I did not go out, and I told my friends, no, I'm not going out, I'm staying home, I'm recording, I'm doing all the, was that even in March or was that February? Whatever, skip over it. Anyway, the parties were fun, but it took a lot out of me. First of all, I was drinking excessively. Y'all know that I live a life of fitness. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a yoga instructor, and I cannot be drinking like that because when I get to drinking, I get to yelling, and that's how my voice sounds like this. And plus, like, drinking is fun, like in the moment, and typically I don't have hangovers because I drink so much water when I drink. Like, my friends don't even know how I can drink this much water, but I overly drink water when I drink so that I don't have a hangover. But it just still doesn't make you feel good. Like, you still may wake up bloated. I'm a person who gets like a lot of inflammation in my face when I'm drinking, so my face will be super puffy. It's just not a good look. So I'm out all night on weekends or weekdays. I'm losing my voice. I'm drinking excessively, which means I'm eating things that I may not be, supposed to eat. I'm bloated. I'm feeling anxious. Did I say that already? Like, y'all already know that alcohol gives me anxiety here and there. So, like, I'm anxious. It was just a lot. Aside from partying like it was 2016, I was also too goal obsessed, like I don't want to say too goal oriented, but just too overly focused on goals when I was already burnt out. I think that it's okay to focus on your goals when you have the energy to give to your goals, but I truly did not have the energy or even the voice to give to my goals. And where you're trying to force yourself to do something when you already don't have the energy, it can be a lot on your body and your mental. Right now, I'm on the road to 100K on TikTok. My TikTok is Glow with Ro Fitness. It's my personal training TikTok. We are currently at 84.1K, and I'm almost at 100K. 100K was my goal for 2022. I didn't reach it, no big deal, but I'm almost there. And so I was really just like, okay, gotta hit 100K. So I was posting every single day, and I don't usually recycle content. So once I post something, that's it. And usually my content includes voiceovers. That's how I became so popular, voiceovers. And I did not have a voice. And so it's just like the decisions that I made when I was partying led me to being burnt out, led me to not have a voice to even do the job that I'm supposed to be doing. And I was just so frustrated, and I was literally straining my voice trying to get these voiceovers out so that I could at least get one post a day. And I have a friend who's always like, how are you able to produce this much content? And it's like, I'm literally burning myself out, girl. That's how I'm doing it. And if you're not a content creator, you may not understand everything that goes into content, even TikToks. Like, I know like people just like throw things up. I don't. The animation's got to be on point. Voiceover has to be on point. Music got to be on point. Like, transitions, all of that. I want everything to be seamless. This is not a long time, but it takes me like 20 minutes to even make the TikTok video, like to even edit. And that doesn't even go into like recording the TikTok and just like finding the footage that I want to use, all of that. So it was just a lot. And lastly, which I'm sure is not the only thing that led me to being burnt out, but these are the only things that I could think of. Lastly, I was working too much with too little recovery. As I said, I'm a personal trainer and I'm a yoga instructor. I think I taught about 40 to 50 hot yoga classes in the month of March, and I only got one massage. And this was my first month teaching so many classes. And so I think that I underestimated how much it would take out of me. I have to use my voice, I have to use my body. And like I said, I teach hot yoga. So it's anywhere from 100 degrees to like 105 degrees. And it can just truly be a lot, and I underestimated that. But when I finally did realize that I was starting to get burnt out, I was like, okay, let me go get a massage. But again, I only got one massage and I taught about 40 to 50 classes. Like my lower back was hurting. I was just always sore, and I'm a person who does not mind being sore because I am always working out. So like, I don't know, I'm usually always sore, but this sore just felt different. It just felt like I was drained, I was depleted. Not to mention I came on my cycle like 2 weeks ago, and that even made me feel more drained and more depleted to where I felt like I couldn't do anything, but I was still getting up and I was going to teach my classes, and I was just putting too much stress on my body with too little recovery. And I do realize that, like, okay, if you want to teach all of these classes, cool, but you need to go to a chiropractor, you need to go get a massage, you need to take rest days where you're not doing anything. I like don't teach on 2 days, and on those days I would be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna lift heavy because, you know, I don't just want to be doing cardio and yoga all the time. I need to be lifting heavy. So like, I was literally moving 7 days a week, and it was just so much. I feel like I keep saying that. It was so much on my body. So now you know why I was just extremely burnt out in March, and why I don't have a voice, and why we're talking about this right now. So now let's talk about the tips, the things that I'm gonna do differently, the things that you maybe could do differently. Let's just talk all about it. Tip number 1, start planning out when you're going to party or when you're gonna go out. If it's not planned in advance, it is absolutely okay to stay home and say, no, like, I'm staying in. Even if you don't have anything to do at home but sit down and watch TV. If the party ain't planned, we ain't going. And even if it is planned, stay on schedule, because I know that mostly everything that I did, now that I'm thinking about it, was actually planned, but me and my friends get off schedule. For instance, we was like, oh, let's go out for dinner. Maybe like 2 Thursdays ago, we were like, let's go out for dinner. And we were like, we're just gonna go to this one place, and we might stop next door to another place. We were in Hollywood, and if you've been to Hollywood, you know it's just so much to do. So we went to the one place. We were like, oh, okay, let's go to the next place. And then we met these girls on the street. They like, oh, y'all should come to this club up the street. So we go in, you know, we chill. You know, I don't even think we ordered anything to drink. We was just listening to the music, and next thing you know, the server comes over. He's like, oh, here's your tequila shots. It's like 8 shots on the tray. We're like, we didn't order that. He was like, compliments of the man next to the bar. This man done bought us all these shots, and next thing you know, the night just went up because we like, okay, like, he bought those, let's just get some more. It was just too much, and we deviated from our plan. And that's truly when I lost my voice. Like, when I say we partied like we've never partied before, it was sick. Would not recommend. Well, it was fun, but when I woke up the next day, I did not have a voice. And I got in the house at 2 a.m. on a Thursday. I had to teach a yoga class at 9 a.m. on a Friday, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, I couldn't believe it. Not to mention, my friends didn't feel good. People had hangovers. Like, it was just too much. So, like, just try not to deviate from the plan. If y'all are going out to dinner, let it be dinner and go home. And I know I'm saying plan out your partying. Like, if you're a spontaneous person, I'm sure spontaneous fun can be fun. And like, it's okay to have like a little spontaneous fun here and there. Like, maybe y'all didn't plan to go out and y'all went out. But if all of your fun is spontaneous, we need to do some reevaluating. All the fun should not be spontaneous. And so, like I said, all my fun was not spontaneous, but when we got off of our schedule, like off of our plan that we initially said we were gonna do, that was too spontaneous, and your girl still ain't have a voice in 2 weeks. The second tip I have is to spend some time alone, and I don't mean spending time alone but you're on FaceTime with your best friend, or spending time alone but you're scrolling on Instagram getting other people's lives and opinions. I just mean like spend some time in solitude by yourself, literally just enjoying your own company. Like I told myself for the month of April, I really just want to spend some time by myself, and I'm sure I'm gonna see my friends, and if they're watching this, they're gonna be like, you ain't trying to hang out, but I'm sure I'm gonna spend some time with my friends. But this is really a month for me because I feel like I spent so much time with people last month, and I know that there are some people who get their energy from being around people. I do not. I get so depleted by being around people. So if I'm around people constantly, it literally drains me. I need to be by myself. Like, I'm so excited for this month because I have a list of shows that I'm ready to binge watch. I cannot wait to binge watch these shows. I've heard so many good things about Sex and the City. I've never seen it, and I hear so many people love it. There's a new season of Love is Blind, not season 3, because I couldn't even get through season 3 because it was so cringy. But I'm hearing that season 4 is really good, so I'm excited to binge watch that. Like, I'm just excited to binge watch so many shows and just chill by myself. Like, so excited. Like, I just can't wait until I look outside and it's dark outside and I'm on the couch watching TV, not doing anything else, and just probably eating sushi. Y'all know I love sushi. Number 3, take a step back from social media. That wasn't something that I talked about earlier, but that's definitely something that contributed to me being burnt out. I spent more time on social media than I really have in any other month, and I don't know why. Like, usually, y'all know I'm not the type to scroll, and I will say I was scrolling. Usually I don't scroll. I try not to watch people's Insta stories unless like they're like my close friends. I really try not to like dive into other people's lives too much because 1, I don't care, and 2, I just don't want to invest all of my energy into somebody else's life. So I typically try not to be on social media too much unless I'm posting. But in the month of March, I was just on there so much. And I do run a business on social media, and so that is a reason that I do have to keep my social media. But honestly, this month, if I'm not posting about my business or I'm not posting on the business page, there's really no reason for me to be on there. I don't want to watch your Insta stories. I don't want to comment on your photos. I don't want to know about your baby's first steps. Like, I don't care. Not to mention, there's just so many opinions. It just gets so overwhelming. That's the reason that I don't have a Twitter. I have not had a Twitter in years. And when I hear people talk about some of the things on Twitter, I'm like, that's too many opinions to take in. I cannot. Number 4, take recovery days. Whether you're going to the chiropractor, you're going to get a massage, you're going to get your nails done, do something for you that fuels you instead of like taking away from you. And it doesn't even have to be an entire day. Maybe you just do one thing that fuels you. But I'm just going to say take an entire day if you can, because I noticed that in March, even when I was trying to do little recovery things here and there, but I would go straight to work or I would go try to make a TikTok video, it takes away from that recovery that you're supposed to be experiencing. You can't even experience true restorativeness because you're so like you want to be productive so bad. So I say take a full day of recovery. Number 5, start saying no, whether it's to plans, to people, to decisions. Like, just start saying no. As a recovering people pleaser, I noticed when I am back in that people-pleasing mode. And I will say that there were a few decisions that I made in March that led me to being stressed out now because I made those decisions when I really didn't want to. It wasn't because I was scared of like what somebody was gonna say, but for some reason I just said yes. Like, even though I didn't like, I don't know, maybe I was like subconsciously like, oh, like I don't want them to be upset, but usually I don't care. But nonetheless, like, just start saying no, even if it's gonna make somebody upset. Like, keep the peace within you. Stop trying to keep the peace between you and other people. Keep the peace within you. If you want to do something, then do it. If you don't, then don't. But like, don't let nobody pressure you into making no type of decisions that you don't want to make. And number 6, just take a step back. For me, that taking a step back is I've realized I cannot teach every single yoga class that I am scheduled for. I know that at least a few days or maybe 1 week out of the month, I need to take off, especially because I teach so many yoga classes in 1 week, anywhere from 8 to 13 classes in a week. I need to take an entire week off, and I realize that about myself now. And before I was like, no, like my students are counting on me to be there. And it's like, I love my students, but do they really care? Like, they're gonna live if you're not there for that 1 week. I realized that I have to give myself and my body and my voice a break. I hope that the month of April really refills you up if you're feeling burnt out. Take some time to just wind down and just enjoy your presence and just be with you and just figure out what you like and just really pour into you, pour into your skin routine, your fitness routine, binge watch some shows that you've always wanted to watch, binge watch some movies. If this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. Everything that you need is going to be in the description box, and I will see you in my next video.